Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. How you doing? So I switched it up a little bit. I got some new hair. I mean, look at this shit. This shit is just so real, so gorgeous, guys. Like it just brushes so well too. I will link this hair down below for anybody that's interested. And obviously, this hair is really cheap. I don't know if I should save it for a wig review video, but I don't know. This wig in particular has been kind of difficult, but it's getting more softer now and more manageable, more bearable, if you get what I mean. Anyways, without yapping on, you guys have seen the title, you know what the video is going to be about, so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so if you are an OG supporter of mine, then you will remember when I filmed the I Was a Potential Side Chick videos, right? Let me know in the comments if you remember that. So I basically decided to take them down, and you know what? I decided, fuck it, I'm going to film them again, and this is the very last time I'm doing it because it was so long ago and I'm so bored of talking about it, but it's been a highly suggested video, so I thought, you know what, why not? Plus, I know you guys want an update as well. I see you bitches be asking me for updates all the time. Okay, so I'm just gonna get straight into the video because my intros are always super long. I'm in a super good mood, and you know, I'm feeling good. Okay, so the story starts like this. I joined a site called Guy Spy, and it's a bit like Grindr but different. And at the time I joined, it was popping. It was a popular app for gay people to go on and socialize, talk, hook up, meet, you know, whatever they want to do. And obviously I joined, I put, I think it was like 4 or 5 pictures up, and I went through my profile. I was like, at the time I was a bottom, and then I would put like an intro, like a little bio thing, which was just like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. You know, feel free to message me if you want to. Um, for a while I wasn't popping, I would say. I got a few messages. I was talking to people on the regular, is what I'm trying to say. So I wasn't like neglected when I went on the app. Like I had people that spoke to me. And at that time I was going through my identity crisis, figuring out who I am. Um, Obviously I look different to the average person. This is quite toned down for me. But this Pride shirt, I just thought I'd wear it. I don't know. I like this shirt. It was a gift from my sister. So I just, you know, I was exploring my identity. I was into women's clothing at the time. I was into makeup. I was into just everything that I could try to explore myself as a person and understand me, if that makes sense. And one day I get a message from a guy whose name I'm not going to say. In the original videos, I referred to him as Bobo or a dickhead. And now I kind of just don't want to refer to him at all. I think I've matured since then. I've grown up. I've lived. I've learned. And I've just overall matured as a person. So I don't feel like it's necessary for me to throw digs in there or anything like that. So he messaged me and he was like, hi, how are you? And it was basically weird talking to somebody who wasn't sexual. Like on that app, the only people I would talk to would be sexual people. They'd want nudes, they'd want videos, they'd want pictures, so on and so forth. They'd want to add you on like WhatsApp and video call, you know. It was unusual to meet somebody on that app that just was like, hi, how are you? How's your day going? Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm confusing you guys. And we were talking and we were getting on, and I found him really funny. He lived close to me. He was funny. He was welcoming. He was there for me. He made time. He was a good guy. And he, you know, I was going through a crap time. I was depressed. I just finished high school. Everybody that knows me personally knows I found high school to be a massive struggle. So I was just going through a lot. So it was nice for me to have that person. He was my kind of go-to person whenever I felt down or upset or sad. I would go to him and he would always cheer me up. And I was always thankful and appreciative of that. I also think part of growing up, maturing, and becoming an adult is, you know, like I can sit here now and say thank you to him for that if he was here now, you know, like thank you for being there for me and supporting me and helping me and just being somebody there when I'm so used to having nobody there. Like that means the world to me. So I think being an adult and maturing is acknowledging that. Afterwards, he told me, he was very straight up with me when we first started talking. He told me straight away that he had a partner, and I didn't know how to feel. I hadn't really been in a relationship. I hadn't really explored my sexuality or anything like that. So I didn't really know how to feel. So I think it's safe to say I was easily led. And I suppose I could say easily manipulated too, because this guy was experienced and I wasn't. And, you know, I don't know, I just didn't want to lose that friendly connection as well that I had with him. It was more the friend thing at the time, and I've always said that, and that's the thing that I want to clarify as well, which I clarified in the original video. At this point, we were talking as friends. It was sometimes a bit sexual, but I would kind of like push it off because I wanted to be more friends than sexual, if that makes sense. But I did engage sometimes. You know, he's not a bad looking guy. Looking back now, I'm not proud of what I did, but you know, I can't change the past. I can learn from the past. And that's how we as humans and people change is, you know, we've got to make mistakes in order to learn. So I can sit here and say, yeah, I made a mistake by talking to a guy that had a partner. And say if his partner was here right now, I can look straight into the camera as if he was here, looking into his eyes and say, yo, I'm sorry. You know, if I could go back in time, I would smack the shit out of myself because I was so like careless and heartless. And I'm so thankful I didn't stick to being that way. I'm like a totally different person now. I'm the opposite of who I was back then. So our conversations progressed and we were talking more and more sexual, more and more frequently. There were also pieces of information that I found out later on that he did not tell me at that time. So, for example, he didn't tell me at the time he had two adopted kids. He didn't tell me at the time that he was having a lot of troubles in his life. I don't want to say too much because that's not my business, but there was a lot of stuff going on that I wasn't aware of that I think truthfully, I should be aware of. We were talking, it progressed to WhatsApp. We would talk, you know, on the voice call. We'd send videos to each other. It was nice. I did him a video one time just to say like, oh, thank you, and I wrote loads of like things, like quotes on cards and things, and I held them up to the camera and I was like, you know, thank you so much for everything you've done for me, being there, a support system, blah blah blah. And that's when our relationship kind of progressed into something that it probably shouldn't have. And I completely hold my hands up one day because I don't want to drag the story on too much like I did last time. I'm just going to skip a lot of it, a lot of the nonsense. I just wanted to disclaim that. So one day I decided to tell him the truth, which was I wasn't really 18 at the time, I was 16. And it was a stupid thing for me to do, and I sincerely apologized. And I did sincerely apologize at the time as well. We were going to meet. We had arranged in the past to meet. I'd been stood up. We were going to meet up again, and I thought it was just morally wrong of me to meet him and, you know, not say anything, not be truthful. I kind of felt like I was compelled to be truthful. I had to do that, and I felt like that was the right thing to do at that moment, and that's what I did. And obviously, as expected, he went batshit crazy, wasn't happy about it, blocked me on everything. But we kind of both lied about the same thing. We both lied about our age. We both said we were 2 years. I said I was 2 years older than what I was. He said he was 2 years younger. Does that make sense? So we both lied about the same thing. And plus, in the end, he lied about more things than I did. I lied about that one thing, which was my age. Like, I didn't lie about anything else. He lied about multiple things. We didn't talk for a few months, and afterwards, about I would say about 3 months after it was my birthday, I'd gone out with my at the time my best friend Dishy. Shout out to Dishy if you're watching this video. I went out for a little meal that she'd organised for me. And he messaged me, and he was apologising, saying I'd overreacted, saying that he had overreacted, and that he still wanted me, he still had feelings for me, there were still things there in his mind. And I just burst into tears crying, I didn't know what to do. Okay, so I'm currently editing today's video that we've just filmed, and I'm gonna be a mean bitch and leave it till tomorrow when I film the next part to let you guys know what happens. So if you're interested in knowing what happens, bitch, you better keep watching tomorrow. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys just know I appreciate it so much. I love each and every one of you. I'm so appreciative. And please subscribe if you have a second, and I will see you in the next one. Try.